So today we will be learning how to make the turtle. For this project you're going to need a color for his shell and a color for his body. I've chosen to make him a blue body this time with a variegated shell. You'll need a little bit of white yarn and you'll need a little bit of black yarn for his features. You'll also need a darning needle. You'll also need some safety eyes. You'll also need a 2.0 millimeter crochet hook and a glue gun and some stuffing. And I think we're ready to begin. So we're going to start with his shell, and we'll start with the magic ring. And we're going to do 6 single crochets inside this magic ring. Pull this closed. And we're going to now do 2 single crochets into every stitch, so we'll have a total of 12 stitches at the end of this round. Marking the beginning of this next row, we're going to do 1 single crochet and then 1 increase. (17) 18. For round 3, we're going to do 2 single crochets and then an increase for a total of 24 stitches. (23) and 24. For the next round, we're going to do 3 single crochets and then an increase for a total of 30 stitches. (29) and 30. For this next row, we are going to do 4 single crochets and then an increase for a total of 36 single crochets. (35) and 36. For this next row, we're going to do 5 single crochets and then an increase for a total of 42 stitches. (41) and 42. For rows 7 and 8, we'll do 1 single crochet in every stitch. So finishing up with row 8, we'll slip stitch into that very next stitch, chain 1, and we will cut the yarn. You don't need to leave a long tail for sewing on this one. And pull that closed, and we have a shell done. Okay, now we're going to start on his belly. So we're going to start with the magic ring again. And we're going to do 6 single crochets. And pull that closed. Now we're going to do 2 single crochets in every stitch. And 12. I'm going to mark the beginning of this row. So for round 2, we're going to do 1 single crochet and then an increase all the way around. $17 and $18. For round 3, we're going to do 2 single crochets and then an increase for a total of 24 stitches. $23 and $24. For round 4, we're going to do 3 single crochets and then an increase for a total of 30 stitches. $29 and $30. For round 5, we're going to do 4 single crochets and then an increase for a total of 36 stitches. $35 and $36. For round 6, we're going to do 5 single crochets and then an increase for a total of 42 stitches. $41 and $42. $41 and $42. Chain 1, and we're going to cut that yarn. So now we're going to attach the belly to the shell. Wrong side to wrong side. We're going to use the shell color. And we're going to crochet on this side because it'll kind of curve in. So we'll start. We'll start in right there. And we're going to single crochet these two pieces together. So we're going to single crochet in that joining stitch. We're going to do 6 single crochets. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and an increase. We're going to do this until we get about halfway, a little more than halfway around. Then we'll stop and we'll fill it with the stuffing. So when we've got it about this much done, we'll go ahead and fill it with stuffing. I like to use a little bit of stuffing and a little bit of the shredded plastic grocery sacks that I have so many of. It saves me a little bit on stuffing. But we can push this into the middle and surround it by stuffing, and it feels nice and soft. Too much, so don't want to overstuff him. That should be nice. Now we'll continue just closing this up with 6 single crochets and then an increase. And an increase in that last stitch. I'm going to slip stitch into that very first single crochet that we did. Cut the yarn. All these pieces can either be with a darning needle, or you can take your crochet hook and just hide them inside. Now we've got his body done. So next we will work on his head.